So dear students, in this lecture we will study about the directional overcurrent relay. In previous class we have discussed about the directional power relay. So what is the difference between the directional power relay and overcurrent relay? In overcurrent relay we have already discussed that there is only current element which is involved to operate a disk. However, in case of directional power relay, we have both the elements, that is the voltage element and the current element. So voltage element is supplied by the potential transformer and the current element is supplied by the current transformer. So when both the quantities are supplied to the windings, so there will be a torque developed, and by developing this torque the disc starts rotating. So as soon as this disc reaches the contacts, the circuit breaker trips. So we require a voltage relay and same time a current relay, that is a potential transformer and a current transformer, to operate a directional relay. So in previous class we have discussed that directional power relay will have two elements, voltage element and current element. However, the overcurrent relay will have only current element. But here in this class we are talking about the directional overcurrent relay, not simple overcurrent relay. It is a directional overcurrent relay. So what will be the operation of this directional overcurrent relay and what will be the circuit diagram for this one, we will discuss here. So directional overcurrent relay makes use of two relays, that is directional power relay, which is having a directional element, and another is non-directional current relay, that is the non-directional element. So what does it mean? It means that to operate the directional overcurrent relay we will have two elements. One is a directional power relay, already we have discussed in the previous class, and second thing a non-directional current relay, which also I have discussed in previous classes. So here, to design, to fabricate a directional overcurrent relay, it means we have to incorporate both the things together, that is the directional power relay as well as the non-directional current relay. Then only it will be possible to operate the directional overcurrent relay. So what is the constructional details? That is, it is similar in construction to directional power relay. As it is that we are using a directional power relay, this means construction will be similar to the directional power relay. It consists of upper magnet which is E-shaped and carries a primary winding which is excited by a voltage of the circuit to be protected through the secondary of PT. We are talking about the directional element. And the lower magnet is U-shaped, carries a secondary winding which is excited by a current of the circuit to be protected through secondary of CT. The secondary winding is extended to lower magnet primary winding as shown. The trip contacts 1 and 2 are connected in series with secondary winding of lower magnet. Therefore, for relay to operate at first, directional element should be activated first. So whatever things has been told in this constructional detail we will see in the figure, that is, this is the figure of directional overcurrent relay. So what does it mean here? This is the upper one, this is called the directional element. You see, we have a E-shaped magnet which is having a coil that is called the potential coil, and this is excited by the potential transformer. Now the lower one, that is a U-shaped coil, is called the secondary winding and it is called the current coil. So this coil is excited by the current, and this current is obtained from the CTs. Just see, we are having a CTs. Similarly, this current coil is extended to this lower E-shaped magnet also, and further the bridges contacts of the directional element is extended to secondary winding of the lower magnet. So this circuit is called the non-directional element and this circuit is called the directional element. So what we see that once the potential transformer supplies a voltage to this coil and current from CT is supplied to this lower magnet of the U-shaped magnet of the current coil. Same current coil is extended to this E-shaped magnet also. It means the both supply are available from CT, from here and here. So as soon as we supply a voltage from the potential transformer to this E-shaped coil, and already we have supplied a current from CTs to this lower magnet, that is U-shaped magnet. So this directional element will start operating, and once directional element will start operating, this disc rotates. So these contacts will be bridged by this rotating disc, and as soon as this contact is bridged, it means the contacts will be closed. So supply will be extended from here to the lower magnet of this non-directional element, and as soon as the supply is extended from here to this non-directional element of the current coil, so there will be a torque developed between E-shaped magnet and this U-shaped magnet. So this disc will start rotating, and as soon as this disc will start rotating, these contacts will be bridged, so that as soon as these contacts will be bridged, the supply will be extended to trip the circuit. So what we see in this circuit diagram, that if a current is specified in a reverse direction and we have to operate a directional overcurrent relay, that is this one relay, so we must have a directional element, and first this directional element must be operated, because until unless the directional element will not be operated, these contacts will not be bridged and supply will not be extended to the lower magnet of this current coil. So it is necessary that to operate a directional overcurrent relay, we should operate first this directional element. This is the directional element. How we can identify the directional element? A directional element can be identified that it has both the element, that is the voltage element coil and current element coil. Voltage coil, that is potential coil, is supplied from the potential transformer, and current coil is supplied from the current transformer. So once we talk about the directional power relay or directional overcurrent relay, we will have both voltage and current coil. That's why upper portion is called the directional element and lower portion is called the overcurrent element, that is called the non-directional element, because in both the coils only current is supplied, there is no voltage is supplied in these any of the coil. So initially, once this directional element operates, supply is already available at the upper magnet of this E-shaped, but once the contact is bridges by operating the directional element, the supply is extended from here to the lower magnet, and once lower magnet gets energized, then this starts rotating and it bridges the contact to supply the trip command or to give the trip command. That is how the directional overcurrent relay operates. So in previous slide, whatever we have discussed here about the directional element and what is the construction details of the directional overcurrent relay, that has been shown here in this diagram. So we'll see in next slide that directional overcurrent relay, this is non-directional element. So what is non-directional element? As we discussed that lower side is the non-directional element. It is activated only by current flowing in the circuit. Already I have told you that lower side magnet is activated only by the current. It is similar in construction to non-directional overcurrent relay. For this element to operate, at first directional element should be activated first. Already I have discussed that to operate a non-directional element, it is necessary or it is must that first the directional element should be operated, and same thing is written here. The secondary winding is further connected to PSM, not shown here. PSM means plug setting multiplier. These are nothing but we can adjust the setting of the current or the rating of the current which will be supplied to the current coil. That's why it is called the plug setting multiplier. So secondary winding is further connected to the PSM for current setting. Now what is the operation? Already I have told you, whenever there is a fault or whenever there is a short circuit occurs, current tends to be reversed. Certainly current should be reversed if there is a short circuit. Hence, a directional element starts operating and closes the trip contact. Already I have told you that in previous diagram here, whenever there is a short circuit takes place, then the direction of current reverses. So first the directional element start operating, and as soon as the directional element start operating, these contacts bridges and supply extended to the lower side of this current coil. Same thing is written here. Same thing is written here. So first directional element should be activated first, and when short circuit occurs, current is to be reversed, hence directional element starts operating and closes the trip contacts. Already I have shown you. With closing of trip contact, the secondary winding of non-directional element is complete and disc starts rotating. When moving contacts reaches fixed contacts, the circuit breaker operates and separates the faulty section. So what it is saying that as soon as the directional element operates, this bridges these two contacts and supply is extended to the lower magnet of this current coil. So as soon as supply is extended to this lower magnet of the current coil, this disc starts rotating and this bridges this contact. As soon as these contacts are bridged, then supply is extended to trip command and circuit breaker is tripped. So faulty section is separated from the healthy system. That is how this directional overcurrent relay operates. And this is what about has been told here about the directional overcurrent relay. Now in this circuit we are talking about the plug setting multiplier. That was not shown there, but it had been shown here. that this is the flux setting multiplier. Different settings are provided here, and we can vary these settings to increase the current rating of this current coil. That's why it is called the flux setting multiplier. This flux setting multiplier has been shown here. Rest overall circuit remains same. That is, this is called the directional element and this is called the non-directional element, and in between only we have shown the flux setting multiplier circuit, so that we can set the various ranges of current setting. That is the complete diagram of directional overcurrent relay. This is about the construction, operation and circuit diagram of the directional overcurrent relay. Now next we will discuss further after next class.